we are absolutely doomed, ladies and gentlemen. Can our military even fight our nation's wars and defend our sovereignty? Clearly, it's not being used by the corrupt Biden regime to reinforce our borders, while millions of criminal alien invaders invade this country each and every day. Almost all of them fraudulent asylum seekers, fraudulently claiming that they are seeking refuge when they've already reached a safe harbor in Mexico or Canada. But that moment aside, let's talk about what's going on in the U.S. Navy. Now, there's such a thing as moral turpitude. It can keep you from getting a security clearance. It can cause you to get punished while in uniform. It can even have you kicked out of the military. Moral turpitude. There was a time in our country, right or wrong, when we were forced to hunt down homosexuals in our barracks. Yeah, that's what they actually had us do. When I was a young soldier in Germany in the 1980s, we were rousted out of bed one morning while the military police investigators and criminal investigation division came frog marching down a bunch of lesbians who lived in the barracks. And they did investigation apparently with undercover soldiers for 3 months. And we're like, why'd you do it undercover? If you're trying to find out who the lesbians are, just ask people. Everybody knows who the lesbians are. Nobody cares. Anyway, now we have the Navy because it can't meet its recruiting goals, because this country is full of lazy people, and 78% of young Americans aren't eligible for service in the military, either because of behavioral problems, because of identity issues, because of their height, their weight, their physical condition. They can't serve in uniform. 78%. So we have a very small pool to draw from for the military services. Because the Navy can't achieve its recruiting goals, it's now relying on drag queens and Drag Queen Hour to recruit millennials to join the Navy. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. U.S. Navy is using drag queens to recruit sailors. Brings a whole new meaning to in the Navy. You can sail the seven seas. The village people, I guess they got it right 45 years ago. But seriously, the Navy is using drag queens. Now, what's most disturbing about this is that they didn't even have to go outside the Navy to find drag queens. The Navy has people who openly serve in uniform and then in their spare time play the role of drag queen. A Navy lieutenant, which is the equivalent of a captain in the Army, and a petty officer. Wow, what have we come to? Not only has the Biden regime stripped our arsenal bare of artillery rounds, of rockets, of all the ammunition we need to fight and defend this nation, should the time come our way, by giving it all to Ukraine to support his proxy war, to cover up his corrupt dealings in Ukraine, but now the Navy is using drag queens who serve in the Navy to recruit sailors. You can't make this stuff up. Sick and twisted, to say the very least, folks.